So this has been kind of our jackpot location so far.
When you're birding in a new place, one of the most exciting things is to be able to simply walk outside and find birds that you've never seen before. When we were in the small beach town of Cannon Beach in Oregon, we decided to go for a little walk in this pleasant city to see what species we could turn up. Hey everyone, this is Ryan from Badgerland Birding. Today Derek and I are in Oregon in a small beach town called Cannon Beach. So the entire town is actually called Cannon Beach, and it's famous for the beach called Cannon Beach, where Haystack Rock is, where there's a lot of seabirds. So this is your quintessential beach town with a lot of tourists. There's also a lot of interesting birds here too. So we're gonna walk around the town and see what we can find. Cannon Beach is a small city along the coast of Oregon. It's a popular tourist destination for those looking to take in the beauty of the beaches and experience the oceanside vibes of the city on the coast. To birders, the city of Cannon Beach is most well known for Haystack Rock, an immense boulder that juts out of the water and plays host to many different seabirds, including common murres and tufted puffins. Having already been to Haystack Rock, we decided to check out the interior of the city. Almost immediately, Derek noticed our first bird of the walk, right in the middle of the town.
So there's actually something nesting in this air vent, it looks like. But we've been around the neighborhood a little bit. Oh, sticking its head, it's a house sparrow. Wow, what a start to the walk. We can only go up from here. So, house sparrows, first bird we saw on our walk. Let's get something else.
You seem sad.
I thought it was gonna be like a barn swallow, and it just like...
Right after our house sparrow sighting, we found another species sitting out in the open along the main road. There's the barn swallow you ordered.
We got a barn swallow. I'm feeling better already. And they've actually been pretty common throughout the area. One of the other things we should find is white-crowned sparrows. And they were singing really late last night, and they've kind of been like a common city bird, which is a little interesting.
We left the main road and wandered around some more residential neighborhoods. It was there that a notable bird of the West caught our attention. That's the Steller's Day.
Yeah, let's go get that.
The Steller's Day. We followed the Steller's Jay deeper into the neighborhood, where we were able to find a few more species that are common in the area.
We got Eurasian collared dove, and then we had some dark-eyed juncos, which is actually the first ones we've seen in Oregon. Then we had that Steller's Jay. There were chestnut-backed chickadees, but they weren't cooperative for media, but they're around. And then we did see a hummingbird, but it was too quick to ID. So a lot of activity here in the neighborhood. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff.
Continuing on, we came across a yard that was absolutely perfect for birding.
We've had a lot of luck in this yard that is just decked out for birds. It's got flowers, suet, regular feeders, there's a hummingbird feeder around, a bird bath, and it has just been a jackpot. We had probably our best views ever of chestnut-backed chickadees. Beautiful violet green swallows are actually nesting like under the overhang of the house, so they were sitting up. Song sparrows, flycatchers. So this has been kind of our jackpot location so far. So if this is your yard, thank you. And we're not creeping, I promise.
This yard was indeed a goldmine for us, not just in terms of the species we saw, but how cooperative many of them were. In particular, the chestnut-backed chickadees. These fast-moving birds were willing to take a break and sit up long enough for us to see them. In addition to the chickadees, rufous hummingbirds, dark-eyed juncos, and a western wood pewee also gave us some nice views in this area. After feeling quite pleased with our experience checking out the most birdie yard in all of Cannon Beach, we continued our journey through the town, which even in the more residential parts was still bustling. So this town is definitely one of the more touristy towns I've been in, where I think that everybody is here on vacation pretty much, or in like a summer home, and it's really busy right now. I don't know if it's like this in winter, but I suspect it isn't. But it's making it kind of tough because we're constantly having to move for cars that are coming by, and there's people walking around, and every time we try to film something there's random noises happening. But it's really pretty to just walk around, and it's definitely that summer vibe that you get when you're ever in a popular place during that time of the year. While maneuvering the streets and dodging cars, We finally got quality views of two species that were pretty common. The Steller's jay, which was nice enough to perch up on a conifer tree, and a white-crowned sparrow, one of many that was willing to sing from a high perch. After pretty solid success, we moved back toward the main road to work our way north. You like urban birding?
I do. I feel like everywhere we go, we tend to just like walk around the neighborhood and look for stuff. It kind of makes you appreciate some of the things you might not otherwise appreciate. But for us, everything in here is kind of like a new state bird, or just like a cool new bird to see. So there's definitely appeal to it. So if you're visiting a new place, don't underestimate the urban birding walk.
We passed by a few more species, including cedar waxwings and red-winged blackbirds, en route to a place we hope to have some new birds, even if it may not have been the most glamorous of locations. So we are actually at some wastewater treatment ponds, and this is a place where you can sometimes find some really good birds. It's not usually the most glamorous place, and the water definitely looks a little bit dirty and murky, but it actually is kind of beautiful with the backdrop of the mountains and the forest. So we're gonna walk around here and see if we can find anything cool. In addition to the many mallards out on the water, another interesting species was also around the ponds.
So there are also some nice purple martin houses up, which do have purple martins living in them. And we're always a big fan of those guys. They're neat to see. Love the purple coloration. Just a neat bird overall.
After a little more searching and not seeing many more birds, we decided to call it a day. Around the sewage ponds, we heard and saw a couple different species. One that was actually particularly loud was a Swainson's thrush that was calling from the woodline. So that was a neat species to add. And then we also saw a female Anna's hummingbird and some other things. So this was an interesting stop, but I think we're gonna start heading back. Maybe we can pick up more on the way. Doing something as simple and easy as walking around a city can prove to be a fun birding experience, especially if you're in a place that's new to you. We enjoyed our time getting to see birds like Steller's jays and Chestnut-backed Chickadees in the small oceanside city of Cannon Beach, and we will certainly take similar walks the next time we go to a new place. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.